What are serial tunneling server and client modes? Serial tunneling server and client modes securely connect two secure device servers over an Ethernet network for serial-to-serial communication. Serial tunneling effectively overcomes the distance limitations in serial communication and realizes many new possibilities for serial-based device control. How to configure serial tunneling server and client modes. The following procedures use 2SN3002P as an example. 1. Using an UL modem cable, connect the first SN serial port 1 to a serial device. 2. Using an Ethernet cable, connect the SN's LAN port to your local network. 3. On a host PC, use IP installer utility to discover the IP address of the first SN3002P. 4. Using a web browser, enter the SN3002P's IP address, and log in. 5. Under Serial Ports, click the Edit button of port 1. 6. Under Properties, configure the necessary serial communication settings to match with the connected serial device. 7. Under Operating Mode, select Serial Tunneling Server from the drop-down list. Optionally enable the Secure Transfer option if you want the data to be encrypted and transmitted securely over a network. 8. Once configured, the Ethernet port of SN3002P's port 1 is assigned to 5301, the port number for UDP communication. Note, the Ethernet port is assigned based on base socket settings in System, General Settings, Service ports. 9. For the second SN3002P, repeat step 1 to 8 while selecting Serial Tunneling Client under the Operating Mode tab, instead of Serial Tunneling Server, and enter the IP address of the first SN3002P and its port number of 5301. Note, if Secure Transfer is enabled or disabled on the first SN3002P, make sure to also enable or disable it on the second SN3002P. How to test Serial Tunneling Server and Client modes. Connect PC1's COM port to the first SN3002P, configured as Serial Tunneling Server, and connect PC2's COM port to the second SN3002P, configured as Serial Tunneling Client. Presume the settings of 2SN3002P have been properly configured, as mentioned in the previous section. (1) On PC1 and PC2, use PuTTY, a third-party utility, to configure their serial communication settings, as illustrated below. 2. Using the PuTTY on PC2, you can enter any text to test if it can be received by the PuTTY of PC1, as exemplified below. Note, conversely, you can also enter any text on the PuTTY of PC1 to test if it can be received by PC2. Thanks for watching Serial Tunneling Server and Client Modes.